125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. And today's topic is the spirit behind the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor fight. That spirit right there is not even just Esau, but every other nation also wants to rise up a champion against us. We're the most hated, feared, and imitated people on the face of the planet. Everybody envies us, and even in our lowest state, and with us being ground into powder through slavery and all of that, people still want to raise their champions up against us, still. All right? Now, I would like to go into one of my favorite characters to talk about in the scriptures, which is Samson. Samson was in a similar situation. And Samson does some things that are kind of like what the athletes do today. You know, what the boxers and the basketball players and the football players do when they start to separate themselves from their own people. This stuff in itself starts to make blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians weak. Now, let's start with, we're going to Judges chapter 16, and we're going to start with the first verse. Then went Samson to Gaza. Now, Samson, the man, of course, that did all of these amazing things. He went down and slew all these Philistines. You know, he was the Israelite champion. So, you know, he did all of these great things and all of that, and they trying to plot ways to how to take him out. Well, with Floyd Mayweather, he's been beating everybody. He's done beat everybody that they done put up against him. You know, he's been reigning champion. He's been for some time the highest paid athlete it is out there. All right. Then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot and went in unto her. Now, what gets pushed towards, black athletes' way is harlots. And these play a part in chipping away at the strength of the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. Now, Floyd himself, unlike Samson is with he's with another nation. It's women. Floyd Mayweather predominantly has been known for, messing with black women. But these black women, are opportunists only looking out for themselves. So that they're also connected to the white man, which makes them somewhat like the women that Samson was messing around with. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city. What are they doing? They're waiting to destroy him. Well, they're doing the same thing with Floyd Mayweather in a sense, but they might not be seeking to straight out kill him. But what they want to do is, chip away at his strength, and they'll start to destroy his image. I mean, they do this with athletes, going all the way from Jack Johnson, once you start to outwit and start to, beat white people physically and mentally, you're going to jail. Just like Jack Johnson, he was a witty brother with physically strong, could beat anybody. And once they figure that you're that, you got the brains and the brawn, now they want you locked up now. You see what I'm saying? But see, the thing about Samson though, Samson was still a champion for his people. You see what I'm saying? Unlike Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he just out for himself and out for his own family. So, with him beating Conor McGregor and all that, yeah, it was good to see. It was good to watch him beat that white dude up. Yeah, it was good. But at the same time, Floyd is a punk nigga. Floyd Mayweather is really a punk nigga for real. He he doesn't, I mean, he lives in Michigan, but at the same time, he didn't even care to even send water to Flint. You know, this is how trifling this Negro is. So when brothers like that fall, I don't feel any kind of way behind it. I'm not going to sit there and rise up and be like, man, they did him wrong. Well, the way I look at it, he get his just desserts. You know, because the white people only raise you up to bring you down. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what they've always did. Regardless of how great you think you are, you're going to be hated. Okay? And were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate of the city, and the 2 posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of a hill that is before Hebron. Now, he pulled out another amazing feat of strength. You see what I'm saying? Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, he beat Ricky Hatton, whom everybody said that, you know, he was going to lose by. People really thought that he was going to lose by Ricky Hatton. I mean, you know, because Ricky Hatton was undefeated, you know, just like Floyd. He had a record that looked just as good as Floyd's. And he had fought some pretty good competition out there. But once he beat him, you see what I'm saying? There was another amazing feat to where white people had to back on away and then try and raise up another champion. What they're really trying to do, you know, once you conquer, once you beat the opposition that they put up before you, they lay back and wait. You see what I'm saying? For their next opportunity, because the white man is the devil. And all of these other nations up on the face of the planet hate us also. You see what I'm saying? Because we're a threat to every nation. That's what's going to make them come together against us, is the fact that we're a threat to them, to their global dominance, because every race wants to dominate. You see what I'm saying? And sports has always emulated war. Always, regardless of whether it's football, basketball, wrestling, you know, whatever the case of it, the karate, whatever the case is. You know, it emulates warfare. And when they see us out there on the field and in a boxing ring like that, it kind of shakes them a little bit. And, you know, and it grieves them when we win. Because the reason why it grieves them, they're always reminded of the fact that they're not ruling over us because they're superior to us. They're ruling over us because we transgressed against our God. That's why they're ruling over us. And them rich Jewish white men that, you know, own, you know, Showtime and all of that, they know this. Because they know that they're not the Jews, they know that we are. They have an abundance of understanding in this area. They have meetings about it. You see what I'm saying? Just like the Philistines had meetings about Samson. All right? And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her. And see, another thing too, another thing that kind of, you know, sent Samson down this course is the fact that his mother, his father rather, didn't give him a sharp rebuke concerning him getting with the Philistine women. You know, they said something about it, right? They mentioned something about it, you know what I'm saying? But and asked him, why not get a woman of your own kindred, of an Israelite woman, you know? But his mind was fixed. So they kind of let it go. See, Floyd Mayweather's father has a great influence in his life. You see what I'm saying? Well, Floyd Mayweather's father, you know, he's kind of like what Floyd is. So he's not really, you know, he's not the authoritative figure really in his life, where he's the one that trains in boxing. Their relationship is more like all based around boxing. It's not even like father-son for real when it comes down to it. And also the fact that Floyd Mayweather, he's a coon for real. And the only reason why he has his own family in the boxing deal with him is because that's always been a boxing tradition. You see what I'm saying? Blacks and Hispanics, that's the only time that the father really be there like that is in the sport of boxing. That's that's tradition right there. You know, you look at the Hispanic fighters, their fathers are usually their trainers. You know, you look at countless champions, their fathers are there. So the white man let that ride. You see what I'm saying? He lets that slide. You know, well, Floyd Mayweather's situation, you know, is no different. His father trained him and all of that. But their relationship, anything outside of that, he doesn't even really respect his father for real, to be honest with you. But somehow he thinks, but at the same time, he's subservient to his own children, and they're going to do him the same damn way. The only thing they're really going to love about him is he's Floyd Mayweather, the legend, the Hall of Famer boxer. You see what I'm saying? But as far as him being a father, they're not going to care much for that. You see what I'm saying? Because they take on a lot of his ways. They're just like him. You know, even his daughters, you know, they just like he is. All right? And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her. Now check this. So what do they use a lot of the time to take down the brother? They'll use, take down a strong brother, they'll use the women. You see what I'm saying? The women whom they have in their control. All right? Now, McGregor, on the other hand, he don't have this problem. Because see, McGregor, he can go back to Ireland and do all the things in the world for Irish people. He's Irish. You see what I'm saying? There's no problem with that. And he'll be looked at as a hero. You see what I'm saying? But Floyd, on the other hand, you know, they will crucify him for helping out blacks. But at the same time, too, that's no excuse for him for real. You see what I'm saying? Every race, every, you know, person that gets something in any kingdom is a debtor to his race. You see what I'm saying? If you're born into that race, that's just like you being born into a family. You're a debtor to that family. You see what I'm saying? That is your family. You know, you're born to your father. You're a debtor to your father and your mother. That's how things work. But with black people, you know, we'll sit there and sever and people be like, I don't know y'all nothing. I don't know anybody anything. But then when we fall, who do we fall back on? We fall back on other blacks. You see what I'm saying? And another thing that Samson did also, you know, that was similar to what, you know, Floyd Mayweather and them do, they said he had his companions whom he used as his friends. These were Philistines. And hold on, let me go into more scripture with that. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to weaken him. You see what I'm saying? And they already understood that he was already in a transgression by messing around with this Philistine woman. You see what I'm saying? But what Floyd has done, well, you know, he messed with Israelite women, but at the same time, he still loves white society. You see what I'm saying? Which takes the place of Delilah in this scenario. He's in love with white society. And white society knows it. You see what I'm saying? That's why, you know, they know they can control him. You see what I'm saying? That stint that he spent in jail and all of that, you know, they use that as a tactic. So now that he'll want to be completely on the straight and narrow with them. You see what I'm saying? And by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him. And we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. Now, what do they offer? They offer the woman money. You see what I'm saying? They offer the woman money to help destroy the Israelite man. You see what I'm saying? And Delilah said unto Samson, Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, They bind me with 7 green whips that will never dry, then shall I be weak and be as another man. And the lords of the Philistines brought up to her seven whips which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now, he knows that this woman wants to kill him. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, his love is still with her. Floyd Mayweather knows that the people in the boxing want to take him down. You see what I'm saying? But he's profitable right now. You see? So they're not doing it immediately. He's the highest paid boxer. You see what I'm saying? And this whole Conor McGregor thing there's also a scripture. Now, Conor McGregor, he's supposed to have boxed professionally or whatever, but he's only had, maybe 4 or 5 fights professionally or something like that. There's no way that he should be in the ring with Floyd Mayweather. You see what I'm saying? There's no way that he should have an opportunity like that. But as the scripture says, our dead bodies will be meat into the fowls of the heaven and to the beasts of the field. Means everybody will get to take a piece of us. You see what I'm saying? Everybody will get to take a bite. Just like with Mike Tyson back in the day. With Peter McNeely. Peter McNeely was a nobody. He was a pizza delivery man or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get this.
Hey, Shalom, I teach you to salute real soon. Men under, I believe it's the rank of, or men over the rank of officer 500 don't have to be searched. Class, you know what I'm saying? Hold up. Stand up. Let me show you how to do search so you can be on Shamar. So you don't have to get up. You know what I'm saying? You always want to make sure this is closed. I'm gonna lock it too. How you lock it here. You want to lock that. So let's say somebody coming in, right? They might have a bag or something like that. You want to tell them, hey, Shalom, you know what I'm saying? We got to check you just for security purposes, whatnot. You have to put their hands on the wall like so, right? Then you want to put your middle leg in between their legs, all right? Get a little lean on them. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in a good position to take them down if you have to. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you do feel something, then he reaches for it. You know what I'm saying? Or something's going on where it's like you got to take him down. Who knows? You could easily reach in between the legs, lift up, he's down. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to take down, or you can grab the arms, grab for a choke, you got him. You see what I'm saying? So put that leg in between his legs, put a little lean on him. You see what I'm saying? So you tell him, I'm just checking for, you have to ask him, do you have any knives, weapons, explosive devices, or things like that? Do you have any weapons, knives, explosive devices? You want to check their pockets. That's where guns and weapons is at. Pockets. You can tell it'll be a phone or a wallet. You might feel a pocket knife. You know what I'm saying? That's where you tell them, we can't have any knives. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll just take it and put it over there, and then they get it at the end of class. You want to check their pockets, around the ankles. That's where you can buy gun straps for the ankles. Around the waist. You can stick guns in your waist. Up here, if they have any pockets on their chest or in their jacket or something, sometimes you have a jacket, winter jacket, you got pockets from the inside. You wanna feel for that. If they have any pockets everywhere, you gotta be looking on them where he stash weapons. You see what I'm saying? So you check that, ankles, waist, pockets. If he has side pockets in his jacket, then he's good to go. You see what I'm saying? Then you can have a seat. So that's how you want to do that for everybody that comes in. If it's a sister, we don't check and body search sisters. We check their purses because women they're gonna bring a weapon. They're gonna stash it in their purse. So you tell me, you see their bag or their purse. Take something like this, or one of the sticks or something. You move around, if you see anything that might be suspicious, a gun, you just want to be extra vigilant, extra worried. You know what I mean? You don't put off, like you being extra watchful, like, what the hell you got in there? But you're that in your mind. You talk, you're like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, weapons, mines, explosive devices. You know what I'm saying? How'd you hear about the class? Stuff like that. But in your mind, you're thinking, where can he have a weapon? His sister, she got a weapon in her bag. You know what I'm saying? Where it's look like secret compartments and shit like that. So that's how you body search. Body search everybody under the rank of an officer of 500. Officer 500 and down, I believe, supposed to get body searched. So troopers, officers of 50, get body searched. Officer 500, do not get body searched. Alright. That's there. I'm gonna go ahead and get you. I'll be right back. Glad you made the class too. I'll be right back. We'll change real quick.
All right. As I was saying, they, just like Samson, Floyd Mayweather knows in the back of his head that his enemies want to take him down. And this is the scenario that we have been in the whole time. Every time we always talk about, these great achievements, that we've done and all of that. But at the same time, we miss out on one of the greatest achievements that we can do, and that's the things that we can do for the Most High, for our own people. We fail to do that as a nation. Instead, what do? We substitute that with doing things, amazing things in sports. You see what I'm saying? When the real heroes is the people in this Bible that went against the oppressor. You see what I'm saying? You can't be no, super dude, and be for the oppressor. You only going to be used up, wasted away, and thrown away. And your name will go, among the dishonored in Israel. Because when it's all said and done, all of your amazing stuff that you do in sports and or education or whatever it is that we doing, that stuff is going to be, that stuff ain't even going to be remembered. The only things that are going to be remembered is the amazing things that you do for the kingdom of the Most High in Christ. Those are going to be the things that are going to be remembered. You see what I'm saying? The real stars are in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. People can't see that right now, but soon they will. You see what I'm saying? Soon they will see it. All right. Then the lords of the Philistines, we're going to 16 and 8. Judges 16 and 8. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green whips, which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. Check this out. There was men inside the chamber. She let them inside. You see what I'm saying? Inside, and this is one thing that we always do too. You see what I'm saying? We'll start taking on white friends and all of that. And let the white friends inside the house know good and well whatever white people get into, they want to take it over.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's one of the things that we always do, because we always want to prove to everybody, how, non-racist we can be when every damn body else would be trying to prove that to us. They have the strength to do things to us. They have the ability to practice racism against us. You see what I'm saying? And another thing, when you take on their philosophy or their women or any of that stuff, you open the door for them to come on in. You see what I'm saying? That's what you're doing, for them to come on in and to bind you. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the whip as a thread of tow is broken, when it toucheth the fire. so his strength was not known. Another, he did another amazing feat, another amazing act right here, just like Floyd Mayweather beat Canelo, beat Canelo Alvarez also. You see what I'm saying? Everybody was pumping it up, it's like, this is the dude that could take Floyd out. This is the dude that can take it right here. And they do this with every black athlete. And they're sitting there and they see sports way differently than what we do. At least they see it differently. They see it for what it is. You see what I'm saying? And that's one of the same reasons why, Pharaoh said, let us deal wisely with them. Lest when any war break out, they join into our enemies. Because Pharaoh knew also the same thing that they know. They're like, these are some bad damn dudes. You see what I'm saying? They like, we're putting all this oppression up on them, all this heaviness up on them. We done set them in the worst neighborhoods, and practice every type of racism you can damn think. Feed them bad, poisonous food, environmental racism, gentrification, racism inside the medical field, and they still kicking our asses in sports. They like, man, these dudes right here, but at the same time, they want to keep that. You see, they keep that because it makes money. It generates money.
That's
you
right.
See what I'm saying? And it keeps. Did you want to sit right here?
No, let's keep it right up from here. Just keep going.
And it keeps the masses focused on where they want it to be focused at. You see what I'm saying? It keeps the masses focused on sports while they sit there and do a whole bunch of underhanded stuff.
That's
see
right.
What I'm saying?
And if I could, that was the same thing they did in Rome all the time.
Right.
If you watch old movies, they always had the politicians talk about, it don't matter what's going on, as long as the games are going. We just need to get more games. Don't matter if the people are starving, the water's getting poisoned, cities is falling into chaos. All that don't matter. As long as we keep the games going, we'll keep the minds of the people.
Wow, that's a heavy point the captain just brought out, because see, Rome was collapsing also too, just like that, and Rome got so bad to where when they was having the gladiator events, and you know what's so messed up about it? The people were starving, but were still going to the events. You see what I'm saying? They were still going to the events starving. You know what I'm saying? So, and it got to the point where when they would have the gladiator events and one man would be dead, the people was asking if they could eat the dead dude. That's how bad it got. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, they were still hung up on sports. Right. That's how strong, what I'm saying, that deception is. And just like now, we were the ones that was in the Coliseums. Same thing. You see what I'm saying?
And then if I could, there's a certain part I want to go over that we did Ecclesiastes chapter 30 with the brother. I want to go over that. So let me know when there's a break, then we can go into. I want to go over that. I don't want to cut you off in mid-topic.
Oh,
like
okay.
that, you know what I'm saying? Finish your point.
All right. Now, and also, sports and entertainment is a trap. You see what I'm saying? It's a trap, not just for the masses of people, but it's a trap also for the person, the entertainer. You see what I'm saying? Because what is it, like 60% of like NBA players go broke like 5 or 10 years after they're not playing anymore? So what does that tell you right there? Their whole life is to be popped up as an idol for a time. So that we can all just look at that. You see what I'm saying? We can all look at that person, how great he is, and live vicariously through him. We see him up there, we see Floyd Mayweather, and we think we ain't got it so bad. You see what I'm saying? When Floyd's soul is totally detached from black people. You see what I'm saying? He wouldn't even help the people in his own damn state. He could have easily, sent trucks with gallons of water.
Or if I could pay a construction crew to fix up the pipes, which it costs about as much as one of his cars.
Right. You see what he could have easily did that. You see what I'm saying? But And then you know what? He would have even got a tax break off of it. On top of that.
Yeah, fixing the water in Flint, Michigan.
Right. He would have got a tax break off of that. But you know what he said? I don't know them people. That's what he said. And you know, and the devil was smiling at his answer too. Good boy. Good nigga. But what he don't understand, if he's alive, he going into slavery. You know what I'm saying? The latter part of his life, after it's said and done, just like look at Muhammad Ali. You see what I'm saying? The Muhammad Ali. Now, after all of that, you know, being punched, all of that winning and all of that, you know, when he was talking all the trash and everything, you know, everybody, you know, nobody loved him then. They hated him. White people hated him then. When he was like a black activist while he was kicking everybody's ass. You see what I'm saying? Right. But then after he started to get all messed up and all of that, started shaking and all of that stuff, and you know, he was no longer a verbal threat. You see what I'm saying? You know, he was no longer that. So now he became a good pet for them. You see what I'm saying? And to use his image and where they can just have him signing autographs and have him traveling and let little white kids pet him. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing that they did to Samson, and that's the same thing they're going to do to Floyd. You see what I'm saying? They're going to do the same damn thing to him. Verse 16.
Have the young man read.
Okay.
Verse 16. Judges.
You gotta be way louder so the camera can hear you.
Judges, verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words and urged him.
Okay, let's stop right there. She pressed him daily with her words, right? Now, what words is Floyd Mayweather being pressed with? He's being pressed with the thought of not loving white people enough. You see what I'm saying? He's being pressed with that thought. You know, instead of, you know, just well, he's probably vexed by the thought, the words of the woman too. But the main thing that he's being pressed with is that he's not loving white people enough. Because see, he's a champion. When you on the top, they're gonna require that you be a major coon. You see what I'm saying? Right. Just like with Barkley and all of them, they want you talking like that. You know, Floyd, he ain't really talking real. You know, he's not really talking bad about black people, but he's not talking good about it either. He kind of in a neutral zone. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, let him lose. You see, then all of that stuff that they pressing with is really going to start to carry weight then. Let him lose. Let him lose a fight. Then now he's going to have to go coon out. And, you know, and all of their words is going to be getting to him, making him weak and vexing him, just like what was happening with Samson right here. Okay, go ahead. Continue on.
So that his soul was vexed unto death.
Said that his soul was vexed unto death. Now that's deep right there. You know, just like you say, life and death are in the power of the tongue, right? Now, Samson here, already he's being made weak. You see what I'm saying? Because he's loving this woman so much, knowing that she's trying to kill him, he still thinks that it's hope one day that she gonna love him. Well, that's the situation that black athletes and entertainers are in. Being vexed by the words of America every day, but at the same time, we know that America wants us dead, but we think at the same time, one day the change gonna come. You see what I'm saying? We thinking, you know, who's saying Sam Cooke? we be thinking that. We hear change gonna come, and that makes us keep on going and keep on going. But we won't have none of this forgiveness for our own damn people. And one of Samson's problems was detaching himself from his people and taking on another people. You know, even though he hated the Philistines, you know, and wanted to be a defender of Israel, his hate was still, it was like a love-hate relationship. You see what I'm saying? That's what was going on there, because there's no way that you can effectively hate a people if you love their women. You see what I'm saying? If you love their women and you love anything about their philosophy, that's going to be a weakness that they're going to exploit. And you're going to wind up as a servant to them. See? And also, too, just like what do black athletes and entertainers do? They eat with the enemy. They eat with the enemy. They sit at a table and have luncheons and all of that with the enemy, and it's only one agreement there. And then you know what that agreement is? That agreement is that you are going to be a slave. That's it. That's why companies have luncheons and all of that. They don't have luncheons because they want to feed the people and just do something nice. They understand things that we don't understand. What it is really witchcraft. They understand that they know that who you eat with, you are going into an agreement with.
That's right.
Now, you and him are not equals in his kingdom. He's above you in his kingdom. You see what I'm saying? And being the fact that he is above you in his kingdom, you are eating with him to the agreement that you're going to serve him and his people. And that always ends up happening. It always ends up happening that way. Because his love will be with that people.
Right.
And he'll think about, I've been on jobs where the company holds a luncheon. They treated you like dirt all year round. And then they hold a luncheon and you eat, and then the person starts to think, man, boy, they provided some good food for us. All of a sudden, all of that mistreatment that they done to you, it don't seem to matter at that moment. You see what I'm saying? And food is one of the ways, that's been a snare to control us for a long time. Look at the wilderness, look at the time of Moses and all that. What was we complaining about? Complaining about food. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let me take it from here and get we need the other pop.
Come.
And grab that. And then we're going to go from there. What we about to also touch on, was the brother bringing heavy out about that fight last night. Did you get a chance to watch it?
I didn't watch that crap.
You didn't watch it? Most high in Christ. Well, you ain't missed much. You know what I'm saying?
I heard about it in the morning though. People was calling me, telling me about it. Mm-hmm. But I refused to watch it, man. I was disappointed he gave that white boy $100.5 million. Mm-hmm. The white boy, you gonna give the white boy money, the white boy. We got a lock on something and you want to bring the white boy in. I hated it. I hated it with a passion, man. Mm-hmm. I'd have fought him for $100. Shit.
Most high in Christ. Well, we about to touch on get some specific things in about family structure. It's important. Family structure is the same as I.S.U.P.K. because I.S.U.P.K. is family structure. The same structure that the Lord set up, with every man's personal family, is a rank and order. You got the big brother, the middle-aged brother, the little brother, then the little sister, whatever. You got a rank and order in the family, the man, then the woman. You got a rank and order in Israel. You got the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, the young men, all the rank and order and everything. We're going to get into it. The scripture, biblical things about how to build your house on a strong foundation. Because a lot of brothers, they love their family to death. They'll do anything they can for their family, but it's the scriptures say we love the Lord. We have zeal for the Lord, but not according to knowledge. So if you don't have the right knowledge to build your family on, it don't matter how much you love them. It don't matter how much you love them. You don't have the knowledge, the tools, the knowledge to put the family together and keep that family in order and set that family up for success. You know what I mean? Because the family is supposed to preserve itself. You know what I mean? A lot of people are like, well, they sacrifice themselves for the family, and then a lot of times the family don't return the favor or whatnot. Then the person feels slighted because they did all this, did all they can for their family, they did all this for the woman, and if they don't return the favor, well, if you got the knowledge of the Lord, that won't happen. All right, so we about to get that in the scriptures. Here, let me get that apocrypha for you here, the young man. This apocrypha. And if you could as well hand me that the blade. Can you get through this way, or
I can get to that.
Alright. So like I said, let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. Ecclesiasticus chapter 30. Are you watching the live feed? Oh, to see the comments? Yeah, that's good. That's why. While you on that, I'll go to the YouTube live feed and see how that's looking. That's good. We both on that. That's good. All right, but like I said, if you don't, one part, you don't sacrifice. People believe I sacrifice myself for the family, but then the family don't return the favor or don't, it don't turn out right because they don't have the right knowledge to raise up that family. So that's where you get it from here in the Bible. You get a foundation. Scripture says a foundation that's built on a rock or on a sand. When the storm comes, it tears it down. All right. So we present this. The Lord teach you how to do your family for when the storm comes. All right. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 30. Go ahead, young man.
Ecclesiastes chapter 30. He that loveth his son, cherish him over to fill the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end.
All right. He that, well, I'm having Officer Tark. We read that, Officer Tark.
He that loveth his son, causeth him oft to feel the rod.
He that loveth his son, cause him oft to feel the rod. A lot of Christians nowadays think, oh, that's just beating the hell out of the children. Just make sure you beat the kids. Mm-hmm. Kids do act up, beat the hell out of them, beat them, smack them, punch them, kick them. Get the extension cord out, get the broom, get the damn sandal, get the shoe, whatever you get your hands on, throw it at the kid and hit him upside the head with it. You know what I mean? That's not what they're talking about. When the scriptures say feel the rod, that the rod is synonymous for correction, which means you correcting the child. You correcting the child, and a lot of times you don't need to check a child or correct him or whatnot. Go ahead. Oh, that lighter not working no more? Alright, no sweat. Alright, no sweat. I think the young man got what presented. I think he got one. He's right there. I'm sorry, Christ. So this scripture does not mean beat the hell out your kids vigorously every day, just beating them with everything. No, this is talking about correcting them. And you can correct, and the main way you correct somebody is with your words. Scripture say a wicked man teacheth with his fingers. So I mean, all he do is he just teach. If he don't want you to do something, he uses his fingers, his hands to show you how he don't want you to do that. It's you supposed to use your words. You use your words to correct and check the children. You know what I mean? You got to do it often. That's why this will happen. What does it say? He that causes his son to feel a rod. Start from top.
He that loveth his son, causes him often to feel the rod.
He checks him often. Checks him, corrects him on every little thing that he knows is wrong. Go ahead.
That he may have joy of him in the end.
So in the end, as he gets older, over years and years of you correcting this child when he's young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you correcting him, always correcting him. Every time they come around you, they know they got to tip top up and shape up real quick because you're going to be correcting them on every little thing and getting them in line. By the time he gets about 15, 16, 17, 18, he's going to be a proper young man. He's going to be a proper young man, ready to take orders, obedient to his father. You have yourself, you done raised a soldier. You done raised a man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A man that don't give a whole bunch of excuses and he's solid. You know what I mean? Because all those years of correcting him, all that hell that you went through to correct him and raise him up, you'll get joy in the end. You'll be trying, like I told the other brother, you'll be trying to introduce your son to everybody. You'll be going, right. Hey, look, here's my son. Look,
right.
Look at my son. You're going to be proud of him. You're going to have joy of him because you've been correcting him so much. And now, right. After all that correction, all the years of correction, now you got something presentable where you want to show him off to the world and he makes you proud.
Right.
Go ahead.
He that chasteneth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances.
like I said, you're gonna introduce them to your friends, introduce them to the people at work, because like the scripture said, you've been correcting them. Go ahead.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. Now, there's many things you can teach your son, but this ain't talking about all the different things. You can teach him how to play golf, teach him how to be a basketball star, you be #1 on the basketball team. You ain't gonna grieve the enemy because your son is a damn basketball player.
No.
The white man ain't gonna be fearful of your son and be vexed at him because he knows how to box. You know what I mean? Like Mayweather, like the brother pointed out. Mayweather really just gave McGregor hundreds of millions of dollars when he would have never got that much money no other way.
Right.
Even though Mayweather got a 100-something million as well, the white boy, he got 100-something million as well. Just for you know what I mean? When his highest payday was what? He said $3 million?
2.5 million.
2.5 million. So he ain't grieving nothing. You know what I mean? He beat him up in the ring, but shoot, Floyd McGregor, I bet he would take that beating every day to get that amount of money. Who would? I mean, he barely got beat up.
Right.
You know what I mean? He ain't even get all tore up. He got, a little banged up, a little hit a couple times. Dazzled him with, brothers, that wasn't nothing. The ref saved it. You know what I mean? So you ain't going to grieve the enemy with that. You're going to grieve the enemy by teaching your son the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Teaching your son not eating pork. Every time your son looks for pork and asks about pork, you correct him, you check him. Man, what the hell are you talking about some damn pork for? We don't eat pork in this house. You know what I'm saying? You correct him every time about some pork. When you talk about a white woman look good or some shit like that, like what the hell you doing looking at them white women? We don't look at and adore a white woman in this damn house. You understand?
Right.
We don't. That's you know what I mean. You correcting them every time about every law. You know what I mean? The scriptures say you rise up and go to sleep. Speaking of laws,
right?
You know what I mean? So you need to be ready to. You know what I mean? What you know what I mean? What's going on at school? Oh, we don't do that. We don't eat that. You don't eat no shrimp, crab, and lobster. Right. Don't talk to me about no damn shrimp, crab, and lobster. You don't want to ever hear about you eating that stuff. You know what I mean? You correcting them on these laws. You know understand? Go ahead.
One of the biggest ways to grieve the enemy is to teach your children to only love their own. You know what I'm saying? To not love another race. Boy, they cannot stand that. They foam in the mouth off that. You know what I'm saying? The white man foams at the mouth. When you teach your children to be racist.
Be pro-black and all that stuff, all that is good. You know, all that spirit is good. And another thing, like the law says, there's a law that says that love thy neighbor as thyself. That scripture is only talking to Israelites to love other Israelites like they love themselves.
Right.
People think that's talking about everybody in the whole world. Just love everybody in the whole world like you love yourself. No. That's talking about you love black people like you love yourself.
Right.
You see black people suffering, that's you suffering. You see Hispanic people suffering, as you suffer. You know what I mean? You see, Native Indian people struggling, that's your struggle. You're supposed to love them like you love yourself. That's what it's talking about, love thy neighbor, because it's 12 tribes. So, like we might see Hispanics, they live next door to us, but, it's still like a little, distance between us and whatnot, even our black neighbors, but we got to love them like ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Not these white people that live in the neighborhood and walk around. That's not the love. We don't give them love and forgiveness and, be real understanding with them and stuff like that, giving them the benefit of the doubt when something goes wrong. We do that the opposite. We see black people do something wrong, we're like, oh yeah, niggas ain't shit. That's what people in the world do. But you got to give your brothers benefit of the doubt and always look at the bright side for your people. The white man, you always say, oh yeah, the white man, he ain't shit, man. You already know. He ain't going to do you right. You know what I mean?
Right.
You run that way game with him. So you teach that to your children, have that in your children's chest. You know what I'm saying? That's how you grieve the enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The enemy will be totally grieved of you doing that. And see, what the enemy wants you to do is, he wants you to love everybody but your people. He wants you to do the direct opposite. You know what I'm saying? So when we go and we love everybody, and we treat everybody good and try to treat everybody equal, the devil will commend you for that. Because, see, he knows that your people is going to fall on the short end of the stick when it comes to love. He knows that. He knows you can't love all of these races and love your own. You see what I'm saying? He knows that well.
You got two businesses. Which one you going to go to? Which one you going to show your love to of that money? You going to show the Chinese people doing hair or the black people doing hair?
Right.
All right, so let's get some more in this scripture.
Though his father died, yet he is as though he was not dead.
Yeah. Once you pass away, it's like you never passed away because your son is there right behind you, picking up where you left off. You see what I'm saying? Your son is right there picking up where you left off. Go ahead.
For he has left one behind him that is like himself.
That's why you gotta put these laws, statutes, commandments in your children's chest, so they'll be just like you. They keeping them laws. It ain't no different from you being here.
Right.
Go ahead.
While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him, and when he died, he was not sorrowful.
Then, when you do die, or when you're close to dying, you'll say, "I already know my son gonna hold it down in my absence. I'm proud of my son. I know I'm happy with this heritage I left behind. You know, my couple kids and their kids. I know they are gonna keep the mantle going.
Right.
I'm happy. You know what I mean? You'll be happy at your deathbed.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some people, they be like, yeah, I got 2 kids that was a success. Now I got 2 kids that were fuck ups. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna be looking at life that way.
Right.
Like, oh man, this is my kid that fucked up.
Right.
Now, you know what I mean? He's gonna be an embarrassment to me once I die.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep going.
He left behind him an avenger against his enemies.
An avenger against your enemies. These laws make you an avenger, make you a warrior for your people. King David was the greatest warrior alive, and he showed no mercy to his enemies.
Right.
He had no mercy for his enemies. He didn't give a damn about them. But he did love his people and fought for his people.
Right.
And fought for Israel, his elect. Even the Israelites that tried to kill him, he didn't even try to kill them, and he grieved when they died.
Right.
Like Saul. Saul tried to kill him. He still didn't kill Saul, take revenge. And when Saul died, he killed the guy who killed Saul. Or the guy who claimed to kill Saul.
Right.
As far as, because he had respect for him. So that's how we gotta roll.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if a brother tried to kill you, you know what I mean, you get a chance to kill him, you get to that point where like, see, I can kill you right now, see, you know what I mean, I can kill you. But luckily, the Lord, I'm in the I.S.U.P.K, the Hebrew Israelites taught me to not take vengeance on my own people. So I'm not going to kill you. And you let them go. You know what I'm saying? And do like what King David did.
Right, that's right.
And that's what you put in your chest, in the spirit of your children, the spirit of your son. You know what I mean? And he do that for other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And he doesn't do that for the heathens.
Right.
And he doesn't feel that way for the heathens. Go ahead.
If I will, sir, if I will say something, sir. Our Father's enemies are our enemies. Right. I don't give a damn how you look at it, how you slice it. How the hell are you going to sit there and forgive, some white dude because he was nice to you when his fathers are enemies against your fathers? That don't make no damn sense right there. How can you know this stuff and live with dropping the ball like that? Now, some of the people in the world, they got somewhat of an excuse because they up under, they up under Christianity and all of that. But the groups that learn from the I.S.U.P.K should know better, even though they veered off and went into something else. You see what I'm saying? You can't sit there and be loving your father's enemy. That's damn crazy as hell. Your father's blood ain't even been avenged, and you gonna sit there and try and love his enemy.
Yeah, you always see that in damn movies and stuff like that. Like some young man who's his whole life is about revenging what happened to his father. Right. You see that in so many movies.
Right.
That movie Princess Bride. His whole life, he learned how to sword fight. He learned how to be a great warrior, just so when he meets the guy that killed his father, he can be ready to kill him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how we have to be.
Right.
We have to be. Our whole life is about training and getting ready, serving the Lord, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, following the priests and the prophets, all for that one day we can revenge our fathers.
Right.
Like that's all our life. That's our whole life. It's just soaping up for the day, dressing for the wedding to revenge our fathers.
Right. Another scenario for Will, sir. King Solomon. Mm-hmm. When King David died, all the enemies of King David was terrified. You see what I'm saying? King Solomon didn't take King David's enemies and bring them into his inner court. He didn't do that. His kingdom would have been done in 5 years if he had did that. You see what I'm saying? What he did was he followed his father's instruction and he handled his father's enemies accordingly and punished them according to the degree that they offended his father.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Our minds are supposed to think like that. How the hell are we going to be a nation of kings and priests when we don't understand judgment? That's part of honoring your father. That's part of honoring your father right there, is taking his enemies and making them yours. Now, if you have personal enemies, you to forgive them. You see what I'm saying? You to forgive your personal enemies. But your father's enemies is something totally damn different. Your forefathers' enemies that was, your forefathers that was hung on trees and all of that. You not in a damn place where you can forgive them. Because that even though he's your father, he's still another person. You see what I'm saying? Like if somebody came and smacked the hell out of one of my brethren, how the hell can I sit there and say, I forgive you? I forgive you for smacking the fire out of him. That's not my place, right? You see what I'm saying? So it ain't our place to sit there and forgive somebody for doing something to our race.
That's right. That's right. He said he stole your car, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'll forgive you for stealing his car.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What the hell? It ain't my car got stolen.
Yeah.
So like you said, it's not our place to go ahead and say, yeah, we forgive you on behalf of our forefathers. How the hell we don't? That's not our position. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture said, we gotta be an avenger to our fathers. So all these things with the laws, keeping the Sabbath holy, letting your son know. Now, listen, I don't do no Christian stuff. I worship. Our Sabbath is Saturday. You know what I mean? I don't do no Christian stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not in the position to, because there's a lot of parents out there who are not in a position to where they have total control of their child's life. They can't stop their child from birthday party and stop their child from, Christmas and stop their child from all this and that. But they are in a position to stop themselves.
Right.
You got to stop yourself from all that. Right. So then when your son see you, you can say, man, birthdays is stupid.
Right.
I ain't want to do no damn birthdays. What the hell I'm going to do a birthday? I'm a grown man. Oh, Christmas, man, what the hell? Christmas is for losers.
Right.
You can tell you can sit there and sit back and say that to your son, because you're not messing around, trying to put a gift in a bow and stuff like that. You go, son, this ain't the Xbox. He smack it out your damn hand, disrespect you and stuff like that. You won't be in that position. You'll be in a position that he say, where's my gift from you, Dad? You gonna give me something for my birthday? I don't celebrate no damn birthdays. That's for losers, man. That's for pagans. I don't celebrate no Christmas. That's for pagans and devil worshippers.
Right.
Your daddy ain't no damn devil worshiper. Even if that's the only sentence your son ever heard from you, he'll remember that shit for life.
Right.
Because it's a spiritual connection between the father and the son.
Right.
Where what the father says to the son remembers that for the rest of his life. Like I remember things, small things my dad said for the rest of my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something about it. It's something about it. It's a spiritual connection that a father and a son has. And he remembers phrases, the thing you say, and when you express how you think and stuff like that, he remembers that. And that stays with him. He like a damn computer and he suck it up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why we got to be about this truth, even around family, even around our children. We have to be 100% about this truth around them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's what they pick up on. They don't pick up on all that other bullshit. They pick on exactly what you do. Like a mom who's sitting there smoking cigarettes, saying, "You better not be smoking, boy." You know what I mean? Smoking weed. I better not catch you smoking. He don't give a damn what's going on. He know you smoking, so he gonna fuck around and pick up the blunt next.
Right.
So you have to check it yourself and not be doing birthdays, not be doing Christmas.
Right.
Not be doing what's the next holiday coming up? Halloween.
Right.
He talking about some damn Halloween. Let's go see a scary movie. For what? You know what I mean? I don't celebrate no damn stupid Halloween. I ain't scared of nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You tell him that, and then he'll remember that forever.
Right. And if I will, sir, just because, don't get us wrong. You can raise a child in the law, statutes, and commandments, and that doesn't solidly ensure that all your children is going to be righteous. Because you look at certain men in the Bible like Samuel, right? Samuel was a righteous man. He was a prophet of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? He was the most righteous man of his day. But he still raised two wicked sons. But our responsibility is to teach them, like say with Isaac. Isaac had Jacob and Esau. Isaac taught both of them. You see what I'm saying? But Esau decided he was going to go about his own way. But if you do teach them, then their blood is not going to be on your hands. Their blood is going to be on their own. You see what I'm saying? If they decide to not go in the way that you taught them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have to kick yourself in the behind for that. Some of the most righteous men have raised wicked children. King David had the wicked Amnon, and he also had Absalom. You see what I'm saying? You know.
Sons that betrayed him.
Right.
Go ahead. Let's get some more in the scripture because it kind of segues into it.
And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
Go ahead.
He that maketh too much of his son.
He that maketh too much of his son. It's to say, it's kind of what we said. Like he said, you can raise your son on all the righteous laws, statutes, commandments, but he turn around and be wicked. You can't put too much on your son where like your son is your life.
Right.
That's what a lot of people like to do.
Right.
Their whole life is their children.
Right.
Oh, I'm getting out the dope game, all this and that, because I got a child now.
Right.
Ain't saying I'm getting out the dope game because I'm killing people and I'm being wicked as hell.
Right.
I'm raping women and the Lord is against it. I'm doing it because of my daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You making too much of your child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make too much of children.
Right.
You can't make your whole life just about your children. Your whole life is about the Lord. There's a precept on this that says everything was and is created for the Lord's pleasure. Our whole purpose to be here is for the Lord to have pleasure in us.
Right.
We're Israelites. We're supposed to be hardcore. We're supposed to be priests. We're supposed to be holy. We're supposed to be this. That pleases the Lord that he got this special set of people.
Right.
It pleases the Lord that he got this set of wicked people, the Edomites.
Right.
It pleases the Lord he got these disgusting people, the Moabites and Ammonites and Africans. Right. It pleases the Lord. You know, our job is to please the Lord, not to please the children. Oh, my life, I just do everything in my life for my child.
Right.
If it wasn't for my child, I don't know what I would do. That person failed and lost already.
Go ahead, sir. Also, when you do that, you also speaking the child's death. You know what I'm saying? Job made too much of his children. Job started to sacrifice only because he feared that his children cursed the Lord. So he began to sacrifice out of fear, you know, because he made too much of his children, and the Lord killed all of them. You see what I'm saying? That's a dangerous game to play right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So let's get some more on it.
He that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds.
Shall bind up his wounds. Go ahead, read more.
And his bowels will be troubled at every cry.
You think your child is the greatest thing. Now your child come to you crying and stuff like that. You ready to drop everything at the drop of a hat just to please the son. Your bowels is oh my God, what happened to my son? You ready to lose it all, go off the hinges, forget everything in all of life, forget the Lord's laws, forget all of that because your son's crying. You're going to be battered in his wounds for the rest of your life. You're going to be sitting there tripping and getting yourself into jam-ups, disobeying the laws, breaking laws for your kids' cries for the rest of your life. That's all your life going to be about is binding up his wounds. And it ain't going to help him.
Right.
You're just going to be sitting there, are you okay, son? Let me fix your arm. Oh, let me fix your hand.
Right.
You're going to do that for the rest of his damn life. You're going to be begging him for the rest of his damn life. You see what I'm saying? You can't make too much of your son's kids cry. Kids going to complain. Kids are going to get into mischief and they're going to break the rules always. The scripture said mischief is bound within a child. There's no people like, oh, my child is a good child. He just got to No, he's not a good child. Stop lying to your damn self.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He be disobedient. He breaks your rules. You know he's breaking rules at school. He's not doing it. Your kid's nowhere near a good child.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't even do that. A lot of people like to do that. Oh, my daughter's a good kid. They just, mess up a little sometimes. Don't do that. Don't see your children as, oh, they're good kids. They just mess up sometimes. No. They are bad kids. They're going to get into mischief. Teenage girl daughters are going to sneak off and have sex. Young boys are going to sneak off and do drugs and get into mischief unless you're there to correct them and check them on it.
Right.
And you not being some damn simp-ass parent and your kids pulling the wool over your eyes.
Right.
And your daughter come home pregnant and then you now you sitting there looking like you ain't know when you didn't even know she was having sex.
Right.
That's what a lot of these mothers have to get into, but the fathers, we're not supposed to fall down that path. We can't be crying at moved at every time they cry. Those kids are going to get into bad shit. You have to check them and correct them and be over them so they don't get it. And then if they do sneak off and break your rules, there's nothing you can do about that. You can just correct them and check them on. We'll get into more of it. But you cannot do this. Make too much of your child. Make too much of him. Like he's the greatest thing. What matters to him matters to me. Hell no. What matters to you is supposed to matter to your children. Right. A lot of parents get into that too. Right. They care so much about the kids' basketball game and soccer game that they ready to lose it all for the kids' soccer game. They're ready to throw it all away. You know what I mean? Drop everything in their whole life. You know, they show that in movies a lot.
Right, sure.
Show that in movies. You missed Tommy's
Right.
baseball game.
Right.
Damn, the father just went through damn hell, almost died and everything, but he got to come back and deal with that.
Yeah,
Damn,
exactly.
I missed the soccer game. Oh, he's sitting there providing the whole household with everything they need, but he got to get checked over the soccer game attendance. You know, don't do that. Don't. That's for the movies and white people. They're gonna have their family issues. They are against the Lord. Us, we don't roll like that.
No.
What's important to the parent is important to the children, not the other way around.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your kids should jump up at your win, not you jumping up at their win.
Right.
That's totally backwards and off. Have a 10-year-old kid, you know, he jump up, and then, you know, you got 40-year-old grown people running at his feet like he's the damn Prince of Egypt or some shit.
Right.
That's not how it's supposed to be. They supposed to be looking at you like that.
Right.
Like, oh, I need to make sure dad is happy. Well, I know. Oh, hey, don't do that. My dad, he's not going like that. Oh, no, I ain't doing that. My dad ain't gonna be happy with that. That's how they need to be.
Right.
Not how you like, well, I ain't gonna do that. My son, he ain't gonna be happy if I miss this game. He ain't gonna be happy if I don't make the game.
You know what? We learn how to be parents through the Christian church and movies, television. And that's the wrong damn way to go right there. And you know, even people that even get into scriptures, you know, still what you see on television seems to dominate. You see what I'm saying? And we started thinking, well, damn, I wasn't there for his first game, so I suck as a parent. I wasn't there for his first basketball game. You know, we start automatically thinking that we suck as parents because we didn't go and support that. You see what I'm saying? And even some brothers in prison, in jail. He's sitting there in prison, you know, his son's having a basketball game, you know, and his son is taught to his father ain't nothing just because he ain't show up for the damn game when your father's in prison. And he got there, but trying to provide for you.
That's right.
Doing criminal acts to sit there and trying to make sure that you had Jordans and your mama had Gucci purses.
Mm-hmm. That's the wrong path.
Right.
See some more in the scriptures.
A horse not broken becometh headstrong.
This is very important. A horse not broken become headstrong. It's saying this around the same thing. I'll check onto it. For children. Hold on 1 second. This phone died. Use this other phone. Go ahead, break that scripture down while I get this camera together on this Facebook Live.
A horse not broken becometh headstrong. Now, if you got horses, you know, a horse by nature is wild. You see what I'm saying? And you have to know this whenever, you know, like say for instance, if you have a bunch of horses and everything, you know, and your mare or whatever just gave birth, you got to know straight out this horse is wild. Even from birth, he's wild. So it's my job to get this horse to where he can be rode, where he can be used. You know, instead of just being a wild horse. Well, it's the same way with children. You see what I'm saying? Soon as your child pops out between the legs, you got to think this child is wild. You see what I'm saying? He's wild. I got to get him in order. I got to instill in him what I want. You know, that's what you got to do. He's not born a good child. You see what I'm saying? All children, all people are born with a wicked nature. We inherit it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it says foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. It don't say it might be bound in the heart of a child or it will be. It says foolishness is bound in the heart of the child. So when the child's in the belly, we're supposed to know that already. Wickedness is bound up in him right now. That's why the little babies, every time they want something, they start crying. The little babies are selfish as hell. You see what I'm saying? So as that, you know, that child grows, that selfishness has to be driven out of him. Right. He has to learn to think about his brothers more than himself. Right. You see what I'm saying? You know, that's why the scripture says that a horse not broken becometh headstrong. Right. It's gonna get to a damn point He gets 20 years old when you know, without the proper correction and everything. Now he's 6'2". You see what I'm saying? He's 6'2". He's selling dope. He's packing pistols. You know what I'm saying? He's a hot head. He's quick to throw the hands. Now you can't do nothing with him. Right. You see what I'm saying? You can't do a damn thing with him now. The only thing you can do for him now is maybe prepare for him to die. Think about what you're going to do, how you're going to get the funeral arrangements and all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's all you'll be able to do from that damn point.
And pray.
Right. You can pray. And you know that the Most High brings a miracle and he wakes up and he comes to the truth. But if you raise him, you know, in the truth like that and in the law, statutes, and commandments, his chances are going to be way better than you have to depend on a miracle when he turns 20. You see what I'm saying? And
all these things is very important when you're dealing with your children. As far as you have to break your children. They have to be under you, under your submission, under your rulership. It can't be where it's like a half and half. That's why I love I.S.U.P.K. It ain't playing around with it. It's straight up. This is military rank and order. This brother's over you. He's better than you, greater than you. Obey him. That's your personal way of, that's your personal master teacher. Adawan is master teacher. He's your master teacher. You do what he tell you to do. He gonna do what his master teacher has taught him, and it's the chain of command straight to the Most High.
Right.
Simple.
Right.
Everybody do to play their part, play their role. It's the same with the family, same with the children. Children, they got too much power. You got to damn near negotiate with your children to get shit done. That's bad. You ain't broke that child. Your child should be a negotiation when you telling your child to do something.
Right.
It is, you do what I say. I'm over you. I rule you. I'm big, you're small. I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm right, you're wrong.
Right.
That's it. That's all the relationship the father has with the children. A lot of these fathers, they like to, become one with their children, friends with their children. You cannot do that. That's not righteous. That's not righteous. No. It's got to be rank and order. It's got to be right, decent, straight up and down. Son, you do what I tell you to do at all times. Ain't nothing different. I don't want to hear no back talk, all that stuff, all that extra talk. Your child always going to come with excuses. Tell them, I.S.U.P.K. motto on the wall. No excuses.
Right.
You tell your child to do something, it's going to get into that. But chores. Chores is a biblical thing. Chores is biblical. And you're going to get into that. No excuses, all right? So the child got to be broken. It's easy to break a child when they're younger, you know what I mean, because they little. All you got to do is wag your finger in their face, and they're going to be crying and know they did wrong. But then as they get bigger and bigger and older, it takes more force. It's hard. Right. To a point where you can't do nothing with them, where they got to go on their own and learn on their own. But till then, you got to be doing your part. So go ahead, let's get some more scripture.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
It's another thing. A child left to himself will be willful, which means he don't want to do what you told him to do. She don't want to do what she was told to do. That's willful. Means they want to do their own thing. They want to do their own will. If you leave them to themselves, they'll be like that. That doesn't mean you have to be hovering over them every 24 hours a day. Right. This is what that means. Even though, let's say, you a father, you're supposed to be raising them children and raising your son to do what he has to do in your absence. To be able to run the house and do things around the house even while you're gone. You know what I mean? That's where chores come in. You know what I mean? Certain things, certain responsibilities. You gotta have the children have responsibility. They gotta have accountability. Where you can question them on something and say, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you get why didn't you clean your room? Why didn't you clean the living room? Why didn't you sweep? Why didn't you do this? And they need to be able to sit there and have to answer for it. And then then they give a whole big long story. They think it's a great reason why they shouldn't have did it. And you sit there and say, you should have got it done anyway. No excuses. Then they like, damn, and they cut. Right. You know what I'm saying? They should then they know next time you ask them, they're gonna have to answer again. Then while you're gone, they're gonna be like, oh, I know I gotta answer to him, so let me get it done.
Right.
Now you ain't left them to themselves. Now they have direction. You see what I'm saying? It's like a car without a steering wheel. You ain't gonna go nowhere. They have direction now because they know what you expect from them while he was gone.
Right.
And then when they know when you come home, you ain't gonna be on no buddy stuff and video games. Right. How's your day, son? How's your school? You ain't gonna be on that. You're gonna be sitting there asking them, questioning them, grilling them. Like you and the damn police, how they grill you.
Right.
Where was you at? What would you do? Well, how did you pay? Where's your receipt? They grilling you. That's how a father's supposed to be.
Right.
Why didn't you get this done?
Right.
Why am I getting this call from this teacher about this? Why is this problem going on? Why is that? No excuses. I want all that fixed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if I
Go
will, sir.
ahead.
Also, too, even, like what the captain was just bringing out, for the house to be ran when you're gone, then the chain of command also, too, is, with the older son. The older son is supposed to be just like unto you, so the younger children, he'll have the same type of judgments as what you have. You see what I'm saying? And he'd be able to govern the ones that are younger and smaller than him. You see what I'm saying? Going on down the line. Think about it. The Maccabees would have never been as great as they were if that wasn't established. You see what I'm saying? Once Matthias, the high priest, died, then he had, Judas Maccabeus take his place. You see what I'm saying? Judas died. Jonathan took his place. This Jonathan was just like Judas, who was just like Matthias, his father.
And then if I could, as it goes, and that's another thing. You ain't got to go home and ask 5 kids why is the house all messed up. You just got to ask one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You just take that one son. You go. Let me talk to you. You go in the back with your son. You don't want to check him in front of his brothers and sisters, because then they're gonna try to use that against him.
Right.
You want to take him somewhere else where they not, because they're gonna be trying to listen. What's that he talking to him about? Nah, you take him off to the side. You ask him, why the hell is my house look like this? Why is my house looking all tore up? Well, what you call it? Get it? Well, no excuses. You need to make sure they clean this house. You know what I'm saying? And don't. A lot of parents they go to the youngest child and take the youngest child's side at all times.
Right.
They always take the youngest child's side. Youngest child come crying to them. What you call it? Now they checking everybody. They tearing the house apart because the little baby. They're lying half the time anyway. They come crying. No, he did this to me. He did that to me. But the little kid, the damn hellion, and he had to get smacked.
Right.
Or he had to get bullied, or had to get the candy taken from him, from his older brother or bigger cousin or whatever. You don't do that with the little ones. You don't have the little ones run up to you and then you take their word. It's a rank on down. You talk to the highest ranking one, and he deals with the other ones. And then as long as they know you give him the authority and power, you're going to go off of his word more than their word, they'll have to respect him.
Right.
They'll have to respect him because they know you go off of his word. You don't go off of everybody else's word like that. You might hear what they're going to say so you can understand it all. You got to always have a full understanding. Don't be ignorant in the big thing or small.
Right.
So you want to have a full understanding. You might hear other people's side, but they know you're going to go with what he says. You know what I'm saying? Then they're going to respect what he says and respect his authority. And then while you're gone, he's like you. You know what I'm saying? So he tell his little brother, go clean up. Little brother going to go clean up. You're not going to say, who the hell, you ain't daddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't tell me what to do. He going to know when you get home, and then, if either he beat him up and made him clean the room, or he didn't, and he come tell you, said he ain't going to clean the room after I told him. And then you go off. What? Now you and your son together, this little brother, right, this place clean. You know what I mean? Now you got a stronger force to keep everybody in line.
Right.
Because now your son is on your side, you on his side, to make sure all the other little brothers and sisters keeping the house clean, keeping everything in order, schoolwork done. Now the house is running.
Right.
Now the house is, now everybody's not to themselves. Now everybody got a mission, got a goal, got somebody over them to keep them in line and watch over. This is a family. This is family. Family got to be like the military, rank and order. Let's get some more in the scripture.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
Let me double check on the definition of conquer. We went through that last time.
Okay.
All right, let's get the next verse.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Another thing parents in this world do, they try to play with their kids. They try to play with their kids. That's in movies too. They be like, oh, go throw the football with your son, throw the baseball with your son. Like that's the only thing you can do with your damn sons.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is play games with them. Don't be drinking with them, like we brought up before. Don't be joking with them, making jokes with your son. Everything, everything's not a joke with your son. You know what I mean? You don't like, joking as in like, oh, look at them shoes, and he looking at you, that, oh, Dad, your chain all jacked up, and your car messed up, joking.
Right.
Don't ever let that shit happen. That is not to happen at all.
Right.
At no time whatsoever. Alright, let's get some more on the rest of the scripture. I couldn't get cocker. You got a dictionary? Grab this dictionary. Let's get the word cocker. I just bought it. It's American Heritage Dictionary at the second row. Let's get this word definition. You see it? It's brownish, like reddish brown, yeah? Let's get cocker. Need a big thing of ice cold lemonade or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's C-O-C-K-E-R. C-O-C-K-E-R. Cocker. Another announcement while he's looking that up. Thursday classes are mandatory. Make sure you watch those Thursday classes. If you can't watch it live, you can watch the recording of it later on that night or the next day or even a week later. You know what I mean? Thursday classes are mandatory. Make sure everybody in this room watches those Thursday classes. Everybody understand?
Cuddle a cup.
You understand, young man?
Come.
Sorry, right.
Yeah, it's pointing everything but the word.
That is an old dictionary. Yeah, that's why I got it. It says American Heritage Dictionary, so I'm pretty sure that stands for the old heritage, the old words. Seen that at the Valley Road the other day. Like, little dial-up at the center. I don't know what it was.
America shook a whole lot of old English words.
It's C-O-C-K-E-R. Because when I look online, it just goes straight to Pakistan.
C-O-C-K-E-R.
Yeah, what do you got?
Says conquer. They conquer, spanger, a person who keeps.
That's the same thing did online. Go straight to
A
Pakistan.
person who keeps and trains gamecocks, a person who promotes or attends, none of them is right. Okay, I got another one. Second dictionary. To palmer or spoil.
To
or
what?
Cuddle.
To what?
To palmer, spoil, or cuddle.
Oh, cuddle. There you go. So cuddle. So you all being extra, soft and cuddly with your kids.
Right.
Hey, daddy's home and all that extra stuff like you see in the movies where it's just all hugs every time you come in the damn door. No, it don't need to be like that with your children. You know what I mean? You know how hard this world is. You don't need to be all cuddly with your kids. You know what I mean? It's a time for everything under the sun. It's a time where you might need a hug or, a hand on the shoulder, with some embrace. But majority of times, it's about business. You know what I mean? This son needs to perform like you would want him to. You know what I mean? And that's that. That's the whole relationship. He has to perform as his father requires.
Right.
That's how you raise a son where you'll be proud of him and be trying to introduce him to the people you meet. Because he gets it done. My son, he obeys. He's a good son. I told him to go to college, he went to college. I told him to, do something, and he just straight up and went and did it. You know what I mean? I ain't all cuddled with him, you know, where he's all crying all the time and whiny, you know, and to give a million excuses and stuff like that. Almost every kid is like that because we don't got the understanding of this Bible. Almost every young black kid is all whiny and cry and come with a million excuses and, you know, ain't none of them hardcore and, you know, do what they're told like, you know, soldiers. We lost that spirit. A lot of us, a lot of brothers, a lot of families have lost that spirit and went right out the door with the man.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Went right out the door when the man went out the door. All right. So let's get some more in the scripture.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Play with him. That's why we don't play with your children. There's no plaything when you're dealing with your children. Like you said, it's about them doing what they're told to do. If it ain't that going down that road, they don't got no place. Only they need to know Dad expects us to do this. Dad expects us to do certain things. If we don't do it, we're going to have to answer to him because he's going to ask why we didn't do it. And then he's going to say, I don't care, no excuses. You need to get that shit done. Then they know they're going to get talked rough to. They know they're going to get checked. That's what it needs to be. That's how they remember their father. You understand? All that other stuff is just playing with your kids. You know what I mean? You know, oh, boy, my son going out to Wet and Wild Kingdom and, you know, going on the pool to play. All that. It is a place for everything, but that ain't got nothing to do with everything. You see what I'm saying? That ain't important. If you don't do none of that, if you did this basic important parts, you did your job. All that, you know, they be like, oh, but you need to take me to Disneyland. Why don't we go somewhere special and all this other stuff? Go out. You know, all that don't mean nothing. Right. All that stuff is vain, it's worthless. You can take your child to every amusement park every other weekend and every movies every weekend. He still end up a damn dope dealer, or still end up soft, still end up not like you want him. He'll still end up messed up. Right. All that stuff means nothing, it's vain. Right. What matters is that Dad knows what matters. Right. And to them, they know their father expects these certain things. Right. Go ahead. If I will, sir, you know, doing all of that stuff for him, that increases greatly, actually it greatly increases the chances that he will be a dope dealer. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, taking him to Disney World, taking him all of these places and everything, now, once he get a certain age, you know, now what happens is those things are done less and less. And he's going to want to keep that, like say, for instance, I done have friends that were spoiled. They had the new Jordans and all of that all their life. But once you know what I'm saying, once they just got 18 or whatever, you know, now they like, nigga, you gotta go ahead and get it how you get it. You see what I'm saying? They done cut those privileges off. So now he's ready to rob now because he still wants to maintain that lifestyle that he had when everybody was spoiling him with everything. So now he wants to rob, he wants to steal. You see what I'm saying? He wants to kill, he'll do anything for it. Here's another one. He'll suck a rod for it. Right, that too. And he'll get with a homosexual crew and they'll go out and be male prostitutes. Right. That's what's going on now. Right, yeah. Male prostitutes out there, you know, male prostituting and pimping. Right. They driving around in little nice cars, 2 homos in a car, you know what I mean, looking for the little young homos they can find and turn him out. Right. That stuff's going on. Right. I seen it in my damn self. They rolled the window down when I was walking by. I said, oh, wow. What the fuck you looking at, man? I said, no, they wasn't really looking at me, but I was looking at them like, what the fuck is going on? These 2 homos in this bright pink old Camaro, new 2017 Camaro. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the hell they doing to get all this damn money for this? Right. You know what they doing. They selling ass to get this money. You see what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Right. So you got a son that's all about, you know, you playing with him, getting him new Jordans, taking him to Disneyland, you know, making sure he's fly and dressed all cool. Fuck all that. Right. That shit don't mean shit, you know what I mean? Sure don't. We got to get rid of all that. We got to fight against that. The whole world is telling us that's the only thing that makes us a good father, is if we provide with Jordans and provide with new clothes and new cell phones and shit like that. Fuck all that. We got to go directly fight and be direct opposition against that type of father. You understand? We're the type of father that needs results from our children. And they children, as long as he got good pair of shoes, that's what he needs. Right. You don't need to be worried about trying to fit in with the cool crowd and shit like that. Right. That's what that mess a lot of kids up. Trying to fit in with the cool crowd. It's called peer pressure. Right. You know what I mean? He's dealing with peer pressure all damn day to try to be cool. Now, if he know he can't be cool like them and have new Jordans like them, he's just going to leave that whole campaign alone. He gonna, well, I ain't never really going to fit in with them because, you know, my dad just got me all black all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
He just buys me all black and black boots.
Right.
You know, mama gives me Jordans every once in a while, but she can't get them all the time.
Right.
So majority of my stuff is black boots like he be wearing, like my dad, so... Well, I ain't gonna never be their friend.
Right.
You know, now he's got more, he's be on his own more. It's better like that sometimes. He need to be able to have his own strength where he don't gotta depend on friends and he only need to depend on his dad.
Right.
Depend on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a cut of he's of another cut, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He's not like them, you know.
This is a more heavy point.
Laugh not with him, lest thou sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Yeah, laugh not with him. And he said he joking with the child, he joning on you, you joning on him. Y'all just having a good old time. This is a good old boy. Y'all having a good old time. Drinking together, smoking together, just having a good old fun time. No.
Right.
No. You don't need to be having a good old fun time with your child.
Right.
Especially your son. You gotta be training up your son to take your place. You know how hard your place is.
Right.
You know the sacrifices you gotta make. You know how all the things that everybody expects of you. Now you gonna sit here and try to play with your child like it's a damn plaything, like it's a damn game out here. You damn near gonna be charged for doing that.
Right.
That's damn near a crime. You doing this with your child. That's what the crime. This American dream is a damn crime. That everybody teach their kids. You can be anything you want to be. Mm-hmm. Just put your mind to it. You know, putting you lying to the kid, playing with them like you basically like you playing with them. Right. Like you can't be what the hell you want to be. Right. Exactly. It ain't no like just American dream. You can just have any. You just want to be this, want to be. It ain't. This is a struggle. We going through it. We gotta fight for our people. It's revolution time. It's serious time. It ain't no. Just. You become a doctor for yourself. Right, yeah. No, his daddy is a hardcore brother for his people. Right. And then people say, brothers say, my child could be whatever he want to be. Well, when he tell you he want to be a ballerina, I want to see, when he tell you he want to be a ballerina, I want to see you say that then, you know what I'm saying? That's right. Go ahead to the next scripture. I got adjust this camera.
Give him no liberty in his youth.
Give him what?
No liberty in his youth.
It's another thing parents think they got to do. They think they got to, give their kids some privacy. Give the kids their space. Let the kids go and do their own thing for a couple hours, for a couple days. Hell no. You need to be knowing what your kids is doing. They need to be reporting to you, telling you what they're doing, what's going on. You need to be knowing what's going on in the kids' lives. You don't need to be all just assuming that your kids is good and this and that. That's what we said. The mischief is bound in the child. Teenage girls are going to sneak off and have sex. Right. Unless they know they have a certain father that's going to be there. But he'll bust in their room any damn time, be all up in their business, halfway looking through their phone, you know what I mean? Right. Or looking through their phone, then they know they ain't going to be sending a whole bunch of naked ass pictures all across the neighborhood. Right. Because they know their dad going to be looking through their phone. Right. You see what I'm saying? They know their dad don't play that shit. Right. They know their dad gonna be tripping. Right. You know what I mean? They know if their dad be looking through their, my dad, he be looking through my phone sometimes. So I ain't gonna be doing none of that shit. Right. It's some motherfuckers that don't look through their children's phone. They'll be the children with a naked picture on the internet. Right. Or a child and, damn near had a halfway porno on the internet with your child in it. Right. Then you'd be all embarrassed. And people in the talk of the town. Family talking about you. People snickering about you and all that. Now you ready to fight. You ready to fight and shoot somebody. What he did to your daughter, but you wasn't even worried about your daughter like that. You wasn't looking through a phone. You wasn't raising hell over, the fact that, she don't get no privacy. Right. You need to be able to look through the phone, look through a room, or, see everything, know what's going on. Right. They be at the older daughter locker room and stuff. You lock in the room, she got 2 guys in there, you know what I'm saying? Right, 2. You know what I mean? 2 niggas from the neighborhood in there that done gamed her up and shit, talking about, this and that, that slipped a damn pill in her drink or, whatever. Run the train on her because you ain't watching. You're serious like that. Right. It happens all the time.
If I will, sir, blacks, we got this wicked saying of, Well, if you just keep them in and all of that, the children that always, kept in and all of that, they be the ones that end up going and getting wild. Well, you know what? The children that you don't keep in are the ones that end up getting wild. You see what I'm saying? Because at least if you doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're not giving them liberty in their youth, yeah, you're right. They're going to go out, they're going to want to experience the world. King Solomon did the same thing. You see what I'm saying? King Solomon did the same thing, even though he was raised right. But then what did he say in the end? It was all vanity. You see what I'm saying? And he had a root to come back to. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the time when you don't raise a child right and the child grow up, you know what I'm saying, and just be wild, I'd rather have a child that's, you know what I'm saying,
know the laws.
Right.
Know the laws, go out and try not to keep the laws, and then find out how that shit don't work out.
Right.
Then she come back and start doing the laws like, yeah, Dad, what you told me was right.
Right.
That guy was no good and this and that, or, whatever. I'm glad I didn't sleep with him because I know the law says if you sleep with him, you got to stay with him for the rest of your life. So I'm glad I didn't sleep with him because I found out he was an asshole and he wasn't about his people.
Right.
Well, as opposed to she don't know the laws, and then she go out, and now she just left to the wolves.
Right. And see, that value system right there, that's showing her, teaching her what to love. You know what I'm saying? To love the laws, because that will be the spirit that will be in her house. And she can carry that with her when she's out and about. You see what I'm saying? It'll speak with her. As the scriptures say, it shall speak with thee.
That's right. Let's get some more on that. Every point.
Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies.
What?
Wink not at his follies.
What?
Wink not at his follies.
Wink not at his follies. That happens a lot. So, the child, do something wrong. You catch it, or try to lie, and you catch it, but you don't address it because you're like, well, I'll just let it slide.
Right.
Don't do that. That's the exact thing to not do. You need to be, when you're around the children, you just need to be ready to looking for everything that's wrong. Everything that's wrong, everything that you can train him on. Because he needs to step it up. You know what I mean? You look at his clothes. You got them old girly clothes on again with those old girly shoes. He ain't rocking black boots like, like the soldiers do. But, you don't overlook that stuff.
Right,
you got the girly hairstyle and girly haircut too. You ain't rocking it hardcore and natural like a real man. That's cool, But you need to be addressing and don't wink at all those little things.
Right.
That's all I need to be talking about. If you go around his dad gonna talk about how gay clothes are, you know what I mean, and how gay dudes always getting headline ups. And his dad gonna talk about how, gay dudes always want to shave their beard off.
Right.
His dad is against gay dudes.
Right.
He's against gayness. He knows that 100%. He knows he's gonna stay away from anything gay looking in rainbows. He knows his dad is hardcore. He just knows that about his dad.
Right.
It's better your child know that about you and damn near seem like he hates you about it. But it's better he knows it than him to kind of like a fake love, but he don't really know all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's better for him to know all that against all odds. So then if he hates you and say, I would just go away from everything my dad says, that's that. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, yeah, Dad, you know what you talking about. They might not jump on it 100 like you, but it'll come around. That seed get planted. That shit normally comes around when it's a father to son, father to daughter, father to children.
Right.
That's who lays the tempo. That seed get planted. You come around. I'll tell you a story that happened around here. Me, when we first got this building, me and another brother who was in the school and a brother from the world who was supposed to move in with us to help pay the bills, but he fell off. And so we chilling on the porch. So two sisters walked down the street. You know what I mean? One of them acting like she dressed like a dyke. You know what I mean? So we like, oh yeah, let's go holler at him. We go holler at him and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then the one that's dressed like a dyke is like, yeah, I got this pack. You trying to buy this pack and this and that. I started going in on her. I was like, what the hell you doing? You lame. You sitting there trying to sell drugs door to door and shit. Who does that? and I was like, man, you pretty. Why the hell you dressed like a damn dyke for?
Right.
I see if you was ugly as hell. Then they'll be like, damn, you pretty though, trying to act like a damn dude, man. Get the hell out of here. I started checking her and making fun of her and all that. I seen her 6 months later. You know, I know, it's like a year later, she was dressed in all girls' clothes, working a damn slavery, working a job. Then I seen her like 2 years later, dressed in like a woman, like she's supposed to, looking nice, and had a boyfriend and shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's better if it didn't accept all that. Let's say if that was my daughter, and I only seen her a couple times in my life, and my daughter came to visit, and she came like she was, dressed like a dude, talking about selling weed and selling dope, like she's all hardcore and shit, and I just made fun of her the whole damn time. Then you see your daughter 2 years later, she's dressed like a damn lady.
Right.
She's working a job. She ain't out trying to sell dope and shit like that.
Right.
Same with your son. You checking him and making fun of his stupid gay clothes. Oh, I guess you're trying to be like those gay rappers. What's their name? Wiggy Wham?
Yeah.
What's Wiggy Wham 21 Chains or some shit?
Yeah.
Whatever the lame ass dude's name is.
Why are you wearing them Fruit Loop coats?
Yeah, man, where you black at? See?
Right.
Real man wear black and camouflage, you know,
Right.
and wear soldier clothes, hardcore gray. Where you gray at? You know, you let's say you just made fun of him the only time you met him. 5 years later, he's dressed like a man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't need to be with your child every damn day. All right, you need to
Right.
stand on it when they see you. You need to
Right.
stand on it. That's all. Just stand on what you stand on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And expect your son to be like you. You know what I mean? And then it'll go from there. Because like I said, I only met her once. But, look at the change from one roast session. One roast session, look at one righteous roast session changed the whole course of her life.
Right.
Now she's a female, dressed like a female, working jobs, got a boyfriend and shit. Lord will, she's holding him down like she's supposed to. Obviously, she's not the truth, so it's probably a lot of hell. But it's a way better from when she acted like a boy, dressed like a dude, trying to sell dope, walking around the neighborhood.
Right.
Who the fuck does that? You know what I mean?
It's a damn shame that sisters be like that too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like that's how important it is to stand on it. I only met that girl one time, and look what effect that had. Look if you only met your child once.
Right.
Look if you standing on your stuff, and then how much you'll change your life. Oh, you ain't getting good grades? Oh man, I don't know, man. You must be slow. I always had good grades, even if you didn't. I always, was the number one smartest kid in my class, even if you wasn't. You know what I mean? You can still say it. You know what I mean?
Right.
The effect will still be the same. You know what I mean? It'd be better even if you was. I was always the smartest in my class. I don't know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? You gotta get my genes in you. You know what I mean? I always used to read books. Even if you did. You read books now, so it counts. You know what I mean? We read the Bible. You can say, or you can say, I'm always reading books.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what the hell you doing. You know what I mean? You gotta get it together, son. Get your smarts up. I'm a smart guy. You know what I mean? I always read books and learning the stuff. Because you are now. You can say that to your child. That's all he heard in 5 years from you. Guess what? 5 years from now, he'll be the smartest kid in his class, and he'll be reading books.
Right. He'll be remembering that.
He'll be remembering that because his dad made fun of him because he wasn't smart.
Right.
Because he wasn't reading books. Or he wasn't acting tough and had hardcore clothes on.
Right.
So let's go on with the scripture.
Bow down his neck while he is young.
Your child his neck should be bowed down to you. You know what I mean? Like you ever, a person, just picture a person next to you, and you grab their neck and you bow their neck down. That's how it got to be spiritually with your child. It ain't going to be easy. It ain't going to be just like, hey son, go clean up that porch. They say, all right, I get it. You come back 2 days later, the porch ain't clean.
Right.
You got to come at him again. It's like, you got to bow down and you got to keep at it. You got to push it. You got to push. You gotta be that one you gotta be aggressive. You gotta be in his face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not in his face like in his face, but in his face where you don't drop what you want.
Right.
You on getting shit done and stuff. Responsibilities that he's supposed to be held accountable for, and you still on that next time you come around.
That's right.
You was on it today and you on it tomorrow. You know what I mean? That way he'll be like, oh damn, Dad, this is what Dad wants.
Right.
He'll expect it. The first visit you say it, he just ignore you because he don't give a fuck what you say. The second visit, you check him on it, like, why didn't you get it done? Why did you do that? Now he's like, damn. Now he's thinking about it. The third visit, he's like, oh, damn, Dad's coming? Damn, he said to do something. What he said to do?
Right.
Now he's running around the house trying to do what you told him to do the second time. You know what I mean? Then the fourth time, he almost got it halfway done, but then you see what he done, you like, it ain't good enough. You need to do a better job. You know what I'm saying? You need to do a better job. No excuses. Get it done better. That's the fourth time. Right. Then the fifth time, it's a little better, but not all the way. You say you give him congratulations on his effort. Then the sixth time, he's doing it. Now it's starting to be a pattern. Right. Now you ain't even got to put a lot of pressure. You can just say, oh, is it done? Yeah, it's done. Get it done. Right. You know what I mean? Now your son is keeping responsibilities going. Now your children is holding down the house. We got to work all these damn slaveries, which is not natural. Now we at work, we come home, the house ain't a damn mess. Right. Things ain't knocked out all out of place. Now you come home, the daughter done cook food for everybody in the whole house. Right. After 2 months, 3 months, 90 days of you getting on her about this, and she need to learn how to cook, and women do this and women do that, and women are humble and women are quiet, and a real woman, they think for other people's, think about other people, and think about feeding other people and clothing other people. Real women do this. Woman in the Bible did that. Looked out for her people. 90 days of that, she'll have the food. She'll have the food cooked for the whole damn house. Right. She'll then went and got a little part-time job. Or went and did something, got the food together, cooked for everybody in the house. Right. You come home from work, the daughter done cooked the food, son done made sure the house is in order, looking neat and nice, you know what I mean? He looking dressed strong, house is in order. Now, if you had to leave for 3 months, the house can be, all you gotta do is make phone calls and the house is still, you can tell what's going on with the house from the phone call. Right. Because they're gonna know, they got an answer to you. You're gonna ask them, is this done? How's this looking? How's that looking? Okay, yeah, and they're going to be answering to you. You know what I mean? That's who has the power, the one who's asking the questions. You know what I mean? And the one who's got an answer to them, he's the one without the power. He's the one who's got an answer. You know what I mean? Right. Like the Lord came to Adam and said, why are you naked? Right. You know what I mean? Adam he got to come up with all this shit. Right. But that's who got the power in the relationship. The one who's asking the questions. That's another thing. Don't let your kids drill you with questions and shit like that. Right. You don't need to answer not one damn question from a child. They don't need you don't owe them no explanations about nothing. You see, that's another thing you see in movies. The child is like, well, Dad, why is you this? Why is you that? Well, and then he's like, he's conflicted in his spirit, like, damn, I gotta answer to my children about why I wasn't this or why I wasn't that. Hell, goddamn all that. You the greatest thing. You the only thing the child got. You was the number one thing. You don't have to answer their questions. You tell them, don't answer me no questions. You ain't no damn police. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't gotta answer your questions. You just tell, you don't have to answer. Don't answer no kids' questions. When they come questioning you on shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? You a grown man. You are the head. That's like you going to your boss and asking your boss, hey boss, why you come in and work at 6:07 when you supposed to be here at 6 o'clock? You wouldn't even dare do that. Right. You would not dare do that on none of these damn slaves. Right. Come to the boss and say, hey boss, why you get here at 6:15 when you're supposed to be here at 6? You wouldn't even think of it. Right. So how much more your children should be with you? Right. As far as asking you about this and asking you about that. Right. You know what I mean? You tell your children you'll be there in a minute, you'll be there in 30 minutes or something. They shouldn't ask you, well, it's 30 minutes, where you at? Right. Tell them, look, hey, I'm gonna be there when don't ever ask me no damn questions. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Don't ask me no damn questions, not ever again in your life. Don't question me. You're not the police. Do not question me. I'm a grown. I got a million things that I do. I don't expect no questions. You raise hell over them. You know what I'm saying? And then they know, I ain't gonna ask that all that. I'm just gonna chill back on that. Right. I ain't gonna be all up in dad business. I ain't gonna do all that. You set the tone. You set the tone. Raise hell. Right. Raise hell. Be aggressive. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Go ahead.
So, Marky, what my kids will do is they will ask if they can ask a question.
They try to be slick. That's all. Like the scripture said, mischief is bound in the child. They're gonna try you at every turn. They're gonna try every little thing. Dad said do this. Well, I only did it where he could see it, but I didn't do under the carpet. I didn't sweep under the carpet. I wonder if he's gonna say something. Really, all I did was sweep everything under the carpet. He told him to sweep the living room. He just swept everything under the carpet. You know what I mean? He wondered if that's gonna slide. You go there and lift up the carpet, all this damn dirt under there from 6 months. The roaches and
candy wrappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That you lost.
Right.
Nah, you need to get there and lift open that rug and deal with that shit and tell her, hey, look, you can't do that. You can't live. You gotta clean. You gotta move the rug and clean under the rug. You can't sweep everything under this rug. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and not clean this and move everything. Hey, you think your room's clean? Everything's just stuffed in the closet.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Pushed everything in the closet like in the movies. There's a pile. You open the closet, a million things fall out. You know what I'm saying? It can't be that way. You got to get all the way in there and get down and dirty. Open that closet and say, hey, you want to clean this closet. It's gonna be rough because kids gonna be like, I don't want to do it, man. I hate that. Coming around all the time. Right. They gonna get all pouty and shit. You check them on it and say, stop all that crying and stuff like that. Be a man. Man up. Saying that helps a lot too. Tell your child, man up. A woman, like Gen.YAHANNA brought out in class, a woman can't tell a man to man up because that's emasculating. She ain't no damn man. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. That's like a child, coming to the mom saying, hey mom, you need to mama up and be a better mama and get us better stuff and get a better job and go to college, mama. You need to mama up. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He can't say that. You know what I mean? Same with with a woman to a man. Only a man can say to another man, hey man, man up, man. We gotta get this done. You gotta get that done. No excuses. Right. To him, he gonna be like, damn, he right. He don't give no excuses. He gets his shit done, doesn't get my shit done. It works. He's allowed to do that. Right. So you say that to your son, hey, man up and clean that damn room. Man up and get your stuff done perfectly at full completion. No excuses. Man up and stop giving me excuses. Man up and stop crying. Man up. All that stuff works for man to son, father to son, and man to man. Go ahead.
Also too, if a man's, wife has more respect for her boss at work, she's to get a fierce checking behind that. You know what I'm saying? If she has more respect for her boss, you know what I'm saying? Because she do what a lot of women, they do what their boss say. But then they go home to their man. And this is a tradition in niggerdom right here. You know what I'm saying? You have the black woman, she'll be the maid at some white man's house. She do every damn thing he say. She honor him, and she don't even name one of your kids after him. You see what I'm saying? That is another tradition that black women have done. They work for this boss's name is such and such. They'll name one of the kids after him, showing how much honor and respect. I mean, that's always been going on in niggerdom. They'll name the child Roosevelt something, naming him after some white man that they honor. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got black men with names like Roosevelt and stuff like that. What was it? Theodore. You know what I'm saying? The white men that they really honored, they should be honoring their husband like that. You see what I'm saying? Their husband should get that damn honor. And the white man should be treated, she should go ahead and do what he said just because she's working for him. But your word is supposed to be far beyond his.
And we'll get into that. That's another topic for sure. You know what I'm saying? But for now, we're going to end up the class. And anybody who's watching online or the brothers in class, any brothers who got any questions, especially on this type of topic, and this scripture we're in is Ecclesiastes chapter 30. You have a apocrypha at home?
No, sir.
All right.
I got to buy one from you guys.
You got a Bible? You don't have a apocrypha though?
Nope.
Okay, no sweat. We need to get them an apocrypha. But yeah, we'll check into that. It's like if you give us I think about $12, we can order you one off Amazon, or you can order it yourself. It's like $7 and then like $3-4 for shipping and handling. So it'll be like $10-12. You can get one off of Amazon. We can order it for you because we did that for the other brother, or you can order it yourself. Don't matter. But it's gonna be like $12 overall. You know what I'm saying? So we get you apocrypha and whatnot. We're in Ecclesiastes chapter 30. For everybody online, if you have any questions about being a father and raising children and stuff like that, call the I.S.U.P.K lines. We'll all give you the counsel. No matter what school you call, you get the counsel on it perfectly. Exactly how to handle it, because we got to stick together. We got to stand on it together. You know what I mean? We're our own support system. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else going to give you support on the truth, on the right way how to do it. Everybody else is going to give you the easy way. Oh, man, just get him a Christmas gift, man. Why you even tripping, man? Man, you making it harder. Just get him a birthday party, man.
Right.
You know, they're gonna tell everybody in the world gonna tell you that the easy way out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Only your brothers is gonna give you the strength it takes to do this job and to do it fully to the end perfectly like Christ wants.
Right.
Christ wants you all in or all out. You don't
Right.
want half and half. He say lukewarm, I'm gonna spit you out. You gotta be all about it. And the only way you can be all about it is if you got your brothers connect.
Right.
And so your brothers can strengthen you because your brothers is making sure they're all about it too. So they gonna be like, oh, I can't tell them no weak shit. I gotta make sure I tell them the hardcore, the truth. Not the truth, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want nobody to water it down for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we haven't had it watered down for us.
Right.
So, go ahead.
If I will, sir, the reason why I brought up the woman is because of the reason why a lot of, brothers can't raise their children right is because she's standing in the way. You see what I'm saying? You try and tell them to do something or what's going to be done, she going to rise up and say something because, when they like 4 and 5, the father's not afraid of them yet. You see what I'm saying? It's her that's blocking the discipline
correction,
and everything. Right.
Stuff like that.
She's blocking it, so then she's making a way for them to be like that when they grow up. Because they take it on after her ways because they view her as being the dominant one in the relationship. And the children follow after the dominant one.
Go ahead.
And it's to the point, what you said about the women, they showing the women as the dominant one. They do it everywhere. Even,
right.
For example, the cartoon that's been on the longest, The Simpsons. The kids go to the mother for guidance and advice. They
right.
don't go to Homer.
Right.
Family Guy, Peter. You know what I'm saying? They don't go to him for nothing. They know they got him like he can't do anything. That's really how European fathers are. But I'm speaking in the sense of the black society. The same thing with our women. Like, we'll give our kid an instruction. You can't do such and such, so and so. Or our kids will know what we're going to say, so to avoid us and knowing the answer, they'll go ask mom.
Right.
I asked dad, but mom's going to override that.
Right. And
that causes the friction and the arguing in the black household.
Right.
Like I told him he couldn't go with his friends. I told her she couldn't go to the mall. Why would you? She's just with her friends. They're just going to the movies. They're good kids, like you were saying earlier.
Right. See, that's what they do, because they push the white man's agenda. And see, and you know what? And the white men that sit at the top, they don't go by that at all. They direct their children and tell their children what to do. You see what I'm saying? Or they'll cut them out of the wheel. You know what I'm saying? You don't go, if they children don't go in the way that they want them to go, if they're not growing up to be the servant that their father wants them to be, they will get cut out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know how they teach them, but they push that stuff on the lower people. You know what I'm saying? Because in the world of Edom, they even have to have the vast majority of Esau messed up too. So that small percent can stay on top. You see what I'm saying? Because every family of Esau wants to be on the top. You see what I'm saying? They will fight among each other to be who can dominate. You see what I'm saying? Esau against Amalek against Esau. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're the same nation. That's why the ones that are on top push that agenda down, but they don't take it themselves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's how it got to be a lot of times. Like a lot of brothers, like how Captain Cesarex made the righteous point that every brother should follow. He said if he would get a woman and they have a child together and she puts him on child support, he's not coming to see that child at all. They are cut off. Like you said, cut out the will. He said, I'm just going to send that money and you ain't going to expect me because you taking this money over me. So it's either going to be me or the money. It ain't going to be both. You ain't going to have me coming around and paying child support. If I'm on child support, you only going to get that and you're not going to see me at all. Right. Or you're going to see me and all that child support is going to be gone. That's how it's got to be. Like, that's how it's got to be with that man when he makes that stance. You got to say, look, these kids got to respect what I'm saying or, there's going to be some serious problems around here. Right. You know what I mean? And then he cut it off. If she still don't play ball like she's supposed to, let me see what this is. Okay. Okay. If she don't play ball like she's supposed to, everybody don't play ball like they supposed to, then he cut it off. And look, as a man in the truth, then you might have to do that for a while. You stand on the truth. If that's what happens, what does the scripture say? Man loses father, mother, house, wife. He gonna get more in the kingdom.
Right.
You gonna get more in this life. You gonna get tenfold in this life and in the kingdom to come.
Right.
You'll get another wife and new kids. You'll get a new family.
Right.
That family can sit back and watch you get a new family and that new family all in order and this and that. That's what the scriptures say. And then guess what? That family still turn around and end up coming back to you.
Right.
But if you don't stand with the Lord, you'll never get all that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you got to stand on the Lord and say, hey, look, I'm not going to change. Woman, I'm not going to change. I ain't going to stand on none of this stuff. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and I don't do them holidays. I don't do them birthdays. I don't do none of that. The kids are supposed to do what I say. If you need to talk to me because the parents got to be together. If not, you know what I mean? You know, I ain't going to be around like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't give a fuck. Get the hell out of here. I don't need you anyway. All right. True.
Right. No problem.
Now you keep living your damn life and you focus on what the Lord needs you to do. And then, Lord will, the kids might grow up and come seeking you out. Right. It's better that they come seek you out than that you bow down to them while they're young. Right. You know what I mean? That's what the scriptures say. Better your kids come seeking you out. He turned 20 or something. He's like, man, I want to go see my dad. Then now you got a son who wants to come see you. And now he listening to what you're saying. Right. Now, there ain't no woman in the mix. Right. Now you done learned the truth and you done grown over time. So now you got exactly everything you need to teach him. Right. Now he just falls in line like a damn transformer where they come together and shit. Right. You know, now he just clicks up, links together, does what you say. Now he just rides with you everywhere you go. And he does what he's supposed to do. Right. Shalom, Lord Christ. Yahweh Shem Shokatah. Hey, I'm gonna call you right back. We finishing up class right now. I'm gonna call you right back. All right, shalom. One sec. Let's resume it up. Let's finish up class. We way over. Let's just do the Lord's Prayer. We're gonna get the trooper to work it out. So yeah, so it's better that the kids come seek you than for you to be bound down and compromising the ways of the Lord for them. For what the mama want and shit like that. Shoot, hey, they can go live, do whatever. Now you got less responsibility. Now you can focus on what the Lord needs. All right. We at I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the command of GEN.YAHANNA. Pay your tithes. Oh, we're gonna get into that in all security announcements. Have the trooper come up. Trooper, stand. Imagine. Come on up here. You're gonna read the security announcements. At the end of every class, we read these right here, these security announcements. Go ahead and read it to the camera.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out at 1 West 125th, straight out of Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After a 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Cause, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21. Chapter 18, verse 21. In Malachi 3, chapter 3, verse 8 and 10. Means... I'm sorry.
10, where were you at? So you just say Numbers, chapter 18 to 21, Malachi, chapter 3.
Numbers 18 through 21, Malachi 3 through 8, 8 and 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. I'm sorry. Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever admit will be would you like upcoming holy convocations.
Skip that part and go to this. If anyone.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.
Alright. Now, imagine means stand. So before we do the prayers, we tell other students and whatnot, imagine means stand, they would stand. They would say, Wakwan Hakidam. Alright, which means rise and face the east. East is that way. So when we turn star, we'll turn this way. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer. So you're going to read just this prayer. In the Hebrew, then in the English. Go ahead and start at the top.
Abba, Nawa,
Abba no.
No.
Shabbat Shem Mayam,
Shabbat Shemayim.
Quadash,
Quadash.
Yahan,
Hayya.
Haya, Shemkai,
Shamka.
Yahaya,
Yahaya.
Makat, Wakai,
Malabaka.
Tabahai,
Taba'a.
Raz, Tazakai,
Ratazaka.
Mahat, Haya, I'm sorry.
Hayya.
Haya Ashua,
Aisha.
Asha, By, Hai, Ra, Taza,
Baharataza.
Kawai,
Kawa.
Haya,
Hayya.
Bashem,
Basha.
Mayem,
Maya.
Now 10, Nay,
Now from here on out, we'll go in here. So now you understand what you're going to be required to do. So you can get a chance to practice this stuff later. Go ahead and take a part. He's right here. So just repeat it up there.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Latandanao.
Latandanao.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknao.
Wasalaknao.
Kabawakinao.
Kabawakinao.
Kasalaknao.
Kasalaknao.
Kabawakinao.
Kabawakinao.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabayanao.
Tabayanao.
Panasayawan.
Panasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashanao.
Awashanao.
Mayam.
Mayam.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wa'azapara.
Wa'azapara.
Lawalaya.
Lawalaya.
Aman.
Aman.
Our Father.
Have to read in English. You gotta read in English. Lord's Prayer.
Our Father,
Our Father.
which art in heaven,
Which art in heaven.
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh Shai.
thy kingdom
Thy
come,
kingdom
Come.
that will be done
that will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts.
as we forgive our debtors.
As
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thou is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
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 Sar, trees turn back this way. Men of Israel, I Madrim Shabbat. Teach them what a Madrim Shabbat is real quick.
Modern Shabbat. Take the right leg, put it out, and then go here. With the hands being like that.
Alright, so let's start again from the top. I Madrim Shabbat. I Madrim.
Then we from here, we go back in.
And then put your arms on the side, yeah, just like that. So go from here to your heels together, hands down. This means just stand. Alright? So then we say Barak, that goes up here. Then we're about to say the salute. So just follow us from here. Men of Israel, I Madrim Shabbat, I Madrim, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shah, Barak Atham.
Yazmatah, hand down. Class dismissed. Teach him the salute real quick. It's very important you learn to salute. It's on paper over here. You can get it over here.